I am going to now report to you something that is going to shock you. Vitriolic attacks on the sanctity of the Kumbh are continuing at an alarming rate, blotting the sacred festival of Hindu piety. The latest and most unsubstantiated diatribe against the Kumbh and its organizers has been launched by Samajwadi Party Member of Parliament Jaya Bachchan a few days after the Samajwadi Party Supremo Akhilesh Yadav himself targeted the Kumbh. Now Jaya Bachchan comes out and says, quote, "Where is the water most contaminated right now? It is in Kumbh. Bodies," and there's a reference of those who died in the stampede, "have been thrown in the river because of which the water has been contaminated. The real issues are not being addressed. The common people visiting Kumbh are not receiving any special treatment and there is no arrangement for them. They are lying that crores of people have visited the place. How can such a large number of people gather in that place at any given point?" Unquote, question mark. Because this is her verbatim question and I'll just play out her soundbite. Listen.
सबसे ज़्यादा कंटामिनेटेड वाटर इस वक्त कहाँ है? कुंभ में है. उसके लिए कोई सफाई नहीं दे रहे. बॉडीज़ जो पानी में डाल दी गई हैं उससे पानी कंटामिनेटेड हुआ है. यही पानी जो है लोगों तक पहुंच रहा है वहाँ. इसके ऊपर कोई सफाई नहीं दे रहे हैं और पूरा आई वॉश किया जा रहा है. जो गरीब लोग, जो आम आदमी हैं, उनके लिए कोई सपोर्ट नहीं है, कोई अरेंजमेंट नहीं है. और झूठ बोल रहे हैं. 8 कितने करोड़ बोल रहे हैं? इतने करोड़ लोग वहां आएंगे कैसे?
Akhilesh Yadav, MP and Samajwadi Party Supremo said, and I quote, "The UP government and the Chief Minister have failed morally and politically as well. The government is hiding the death numbers so that they don't have to provide compensation. The government just wants to divert public attention. There is no conspiracy. It is a government's failure. Even saints are saying that Yogi Adityanath is a liar," unquote. Now, despite the repeated attempts at whipping up apprehensions among devotees on the callousness, the alleged callousness of the administration, of the Yogi administration, and the possibility of harm coming to devotees, there has been no drop in either enthusiasm for the Kumbh, appreciation for the efforts that have gone into organizing it, whether it is from international celebrities or others, or even viewers, most importantly in the Snan turnout. Now, if people thought that this was a mosh pit, where if they would land up, they would be killed, because the organization is so bad, the administration is so out of its depth, they won't be coming, viewers, in these numbers. January 13th, 2025, at the Posh Purnima Snan, opening day, 1.65 crore. January 14th, the next day, Makkar Sakranti Snan, 3.5 crores. Viewers, between those 2 days alone, 80% of the entire population of Britain had come and done a Snan. That's the equivalent, viewers. We're talking about those numbers, that size. January 29, 2025, Moni Amasya Day, Snan Day, 7.6 crores. Viewers, that is 3 European countries. As of February 3, over 34 crore devotees have participated in the sacred bathing ritual since the commencement of the Mahakumbh Mela. That is almost, viewers, 80% of the entire population of United States. This surge indicates that the criticism targeted at Yogi for his alleged inability to provide a gratifying experience is misplaced. And it raises several questions, and I want to open this up, viewers. Let's have an honest conversation. And let's ask some honest, straight, hard-hitting questions. And I want to begin with the Samajwadi Party, Ms. Sumaiya Rana. Thank you very much for appearing on our show this evening. I want to ask you, ma'am, first of all, can you identify with names and can you give proof to tell us how many bodies were thrown into the Kumbh, as Jaya Bachchan has claimed? Can you give me the number?
Yeah, before starting the debate, I would like to pray and hope that every devotee should return their home safely. सबसे पहली बात तो ये. दूसरी चीज ये कि जो डेटा आपको गवर्नमेंट से मांगना चाहिए था, वो डेटा आप हमसे मांग रहे हैं कि उन लोगों के नाम दें.
नहीं, आप बता रही हैं
उसमें हताहत हुए.
जया बच्चन जी ने बोला है.
मैं उस पर ही आ रही. जया बच्चन जी ने जो जो उनका बयान है, उसके पीछे का तर्क आप समझ सकते हैं। कोविड में 2020 में
आप आज की
गंगा
बात
के
कीजिए
किनारे,
मैम.
यमुना के
You please
किनारे,
spoke. No, no, no.
यमुना के
No, no. One
किनारे
second. One second.
जमीन
One
के
second.
अंदर
You please
दफन
speak
पाए
about
गए
today.
थे डेड
You
बॉडीज।
no, no, no.
आप मेरी
Hang on,
बात
hang on.
सुनिए।
You
मॉडस
speak about
ऑपरेंडी, आई
today.
एम जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट द मॉडस ऑपरेंडी ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट,
Modus
कि क्या
operandi,
उन्होंने
on what
कोविड
basis
में
are you
किया
making
था
these claims? Hang on, just a
2020
minute.
एंड
Today I want to talk about today. Miss
और उसके
Bachchan has
बाद अब
come
वहां
out and said
पे
that
जहां
bodies
पर
have been thrown back into the
you are
river,
asking me
into
the
the
question
Sangam.
और
I
उसके
want
बाद
to ask
क्वेश्चन
you,
पे आप क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं।
madam, how many bodies?
मैं बोलूं आपसे? अब आप
बताइए,
प्लीज खामोश रहिए,
जवाब
प्लीज
दीजिए.
लेट मी। जो वहां के लोग हैं जिनसे कांटेक्ट हुआ, उन्होंने बताया जो आंकड़े गवर्नमेंट बता रही है उससे कहीं ज्यादा लोग हैं। 1200 से 1400 तो मिसिंग हैं। पहले तो उनके बारे में गवर्नमेंट जवाब दे कि वो कहाँ हैं, क्योंकि आप उनको मिसिंग में, आपने अभी पता नहीं
Okay.
कितने हताहतों को मिसिंग में डाल दिया।
Okay, Miss Rana,
ये
one
ये
minute.
ये तो
Miss Rana,
आपके
one
हाथ
second,
में
one
है।
second.
आप
Hold your
कितनों को
thoughts.
मुर्दा
I want to
घोषित
bring
कर
out a
देंगे,
point,
कितनों को
viewers, and
जिंदा
I want
और
to bring in
लाखों
Iyer
घोषित कर
Mitra
देंगे।
ji. One second. Mr. Mitra, I heard a large number of sound bites from a large number of pilgrims who were there, who said that people with red flags came and they created the conditions for a mass stampede. Now, am I supposed to believe those? And then ask the government to come out and arrest all those people? And if they don't arrest those people, should I say that the government is conspiring with these red flag bearers, the anarchists, so called anarchists, into killing the devotees there? Now, there can be a conspiracy theory thrown up anytime.
So, here's the problem. I think what the Samajwadi Party doesn't seem to understand, neither this lady Jaya and our the representative here,
Ms.
is
Sumaya.
when you make an allegation, you provide the proof. The lawyer on the panel can back this up. This is how India works. You can't come up, throw any allegation and say, then, you have to provide proof. This is like me saying Rahul Shivshankar is actually a Martian who's come to invade Earth and take us over, and then demand on this program that you provide proof that you take off your mask and show us your ET face. This is not the way things work. Now, Miss Bachchan, I'm surprised for her seniority in parliament to go around making statements like this. I don't know what has happened. I suspect Mr. Yadav has told her she's not getting a renewal of her term because she's not known to make remarks like this. But I suspect she's been asked to, sing for her Rajya Sabha seat, as the case may be.
Ms. Rana, let me ask you a question. And we have a lawyer on this panel. If you believe that the government has buried people without accounting for them, why don't you approach the Supreme Court immediately, file an FIR and approach the Supreme Court?
हम लोग देख रहे हैं गवर्नमेंट का जो अप्रोच है, हम लोग देख रहे हैं, और उसके बाद भी
क्यों?
वो लोग जो पीड़ित हैं, जिनकी
क्यों आप वेट क्यों कर रहे हैं? Why don't you go to the Supreme Court? Every day wasted is evidence delayed, evidence collection delayed.
मैं आपसे बता रही हूँ, एक बार ये तथ्य फाइनली पूरा सामने आने दीजिए कि गवर्नमेंट क्या कह रही है, गवर्नमेंट ने फाइनली क्या रखा है सामने, और उसके बाद यही होगा। और खाली समाजवादी पार्टी क्या, वहां पे मौजूद श्रद्धालु जिनके इन्होंने आंकड़े छुपाए हैं, वो खुद कोर्ट जाएंगे, उनके घर वाले।
Okay, viewers, you heard this. You heard this. It has been now already more than a week since the stampede. Don't think by now, viewers, whether it is social media or on YouTube or through a large number of people, including the Samajwadi Party, you would have had somebody coming and going to the Supreme Court and saying, look, our relative is untraceable. The person's body was thrown back into the river. Can we have an investigation? There is already a judicial probe that has been ordered, viewers, by the Yogi government. No government that wants to cover up would order a judicial probe. Let me tell you that also, because the report has to be tabled not just in court but also in the House. Now, Mr. Ishkan Bhandari, what do you make of Ms. Rana's response ki, nahi, wo hoga, we don't want to go, let's see what happens, let's find out if people will come, etc., etc. How do you respond to this?
Before I respond to her, I would want to respond to Ms. Jaya Bachchan's comments. Without mincing words, I can only say that the tolerance of Hindus is daily tested to this utmost limit, And it is well to heed those old sayings of beware of the beware of the fury of patient people. I hope Hindus remain patient, because can you imagine, instead of Kumbh, any other holy place, these words were used for its premises or water or area around it? The free speech across the world would have been dead if you spread this about any other religious event. Now coming to this specific case, it's not a new thing. You see that entire ecosystem. Holi was linked with how Holi can lead to molestation of people, how Diwali is causing pollution. Today in January there is no Diwali, and yet the AQI in Delhi, where you and I live, is 400, 500. How Rakhi is patriarchal, how Karwa Chauth is regressive, how Jallikattu is animal cruelty, how Mahashivratri is wastage of milk, how when an ecosystem tweets on a Hindu religious festival, there is a lecture embedded, but if they tweet on any other religion, it is only praise and joy to be spread. So all that is documented. Now coming to the specifics of the case, forget this. In the world of social media and camera, you cannot hide death. Secondly, there is a 25 lakh compensation being given to anybody who has died by the government. So anybody,
Rahul,
just for the economic logic, you may have excess numbers coming out so that we get compensation which the government may have to test, because that's the reality of compensation. And here are people saying 1,000 people have died.
Rahul,
If they have,
Yeah.
it's a tragedy, and I've spoken about it many times. It needs to be investigated. But 25 lakh rupees, you think people will not come forward with proof to say how many have died?
Okay, Dr. Raman.
Rahul, yeah, 2 points I want to make. One is, why did it have to take nearly 17 hours to actually put out the news as to how many people died? The second is, there are so many reports circulating on social media of the death toll actually having been much higher. So this is not just something that people are cooking up or making up. There are videos there where, you know, a significant number of bodies have been there. And let's face it, look, this has not appeared to be a very transparent process of either verification of the bodies. In fact, even today, there was a video about still some people are missing. So what steps has the government taken?
So I want to ask you.
No,
Okay,
my point
no, one
is,
second. We are not going by, I hope, sir, that we are not reducing this entire, and I want to bring in Mr. Mitra, to a WhatsApp university debate. WhatsApp pe chal raha hai, so it must be true. No, I hope not. I hope not, because I see a greater pattern, and I think the pattern has been elaborated by Ishkaran Bhandari. And I want to ask you, Doctor, listen to me. Doctor, listen to me. If there are people missing, what is stopping Dr. Raman and evolved citizens like him moving the Supreme Court, asking for details, asking for an inquiry, asking for a court-monitored probe, asking for a FIR?
They will have to try to have faith.
No, why not they? Why can't you do it?
Only, why should we do it?
Why
It's
should
the
we do it?
responsibility of the government.
Judicial
It's the
Commission
responsibility
has
of
been,
the government. That's what the
Mr. Iyer
government is
Mitra,
there for.
Judicial Commission
Rahul?
has been appointed. Yes, one second. Mr. Iyer Mitra, quick response to Dr. Raman, saying there are videos floating around social media, WhatsApp University, etc., and they are true.
Not WhatsApp University. Not WhatsApp University.
It's the same thing in social media, sir.
Journalists who have put
So
their names
Rahul,
up.
let me produce a video.
Yeah.
You know, my twin brother, who I haven't known since birth, he has also gone missing. He told me in my dream that he had gone to the Kumbh Mela, and he has also gone missing. Can you please file an FIR based on this? Why don't we do that? You know, the one thing that is coming through on this panel, be it the SP spokesperson or Mr. Sumant Raman, is that there is absolutely no knowledge of any kind of evidentiary procedure out here.
So,
What qualifies for an
the
FIR, what
lack
does
of
not,
knowledge-
what is
So let me
reporting,
ask you.
what is not,
Is
anyone,
the
anything,
most
whatever
obvious
they get off the
when
internet.
somebody
no,
says
Dr.
that
Raman,
they
by
get
that,
the
no, hang on.
report.
There are some very credible journalists who have also captured footage of people saying that people came with red flags and they actually instigated this stampede. So you tell me, should we believe that?
Reason to take action.
Oh, all the
Please
more reason. Now,
give
viewers,
red
listen to
flag.
this. The
Take
Supreme
action
Court,
against them.
that is, no, hang on. The Supreme Court today
Take
refused,
action
listen
against
to me,
whoever came
and I
with
want
the
to bring in
red
Mr.
flag,
Bhandari on this point. The Supreme Court has refused to entertain a PIL seeking action against Uttar Pradesh state officials for the stampede, negligence. They said, go to the High Court, go to some other court, don't come to us. It's an unfortunate incident, something which is of concern, but go to the High Court concern. There is already a judicial commission constituted, a judicial commission, viewers. No less. Ishkan Bhandari, I cannot understand. You have Akhilesh Yadav, very powerful man. Today brought parliament to a standstill over this issue. But he can't approach the courts. He can't go to a police station in his own native Uttar Pradesh and file an FIR?
It will happen
Rahul,
eventually.
because
It will
if
happen
you are looking
eventually.
to, Rahul, it's a question
Till
to
enough
make an
slander
answer.
and
Yes.
enough,
So
as
it gives government time to
Ishkaran
respond,
Bhandari
right?
said, innuendo is used to entirely obfuscate the
You
matter
have to give the
for
government
political.
time to respond.
Oh, you have to give the
Rahul,
government right.
can
No
I-
one is giving them
Rahul,
the right to
can I-
respond because there is no proof on which they have to
Time,
respond.
Rahul,
Yes,
to
Ishkaran
respond.
Bhandari, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Rahul, I thought we had moved past those days when in Delhi elections people used to sit with bundles of paper and saying, I have proof without ever going to court. And in fact, having to apologize in various defamation cases. See, the reality is this. If you have proof, you go to court because that stamps the proof. Then the party in power cannot say that, no, this is mere rumor mongering because the court will test it. But when you do not have proof, then all you can rely is on rumor mongering. This journalist said that YouTuber said that WhatsApp group said that, because you have no proof. There are two people with two groups who have cause to bring out proof. One is the entire opposition with its various political parties. Why no proof has been brought out? The second, as I said, 25 lakh rupees compensation is being given. So why would people not come forward and say this person has died or that person has died? But none of that has happened, and two separate groups have right to come forward, but they are not. That is the reality because they have zero proof.
Sumayya Rana, respond please to Ishkaran Bhandari and Mr. Iyer Mitra tonight.
I just want to say something
Yes.
that every action must be taken from the opposition. Then what will be government do? मतलब कोर्ट में हम जाएं, FIR भी हम करें, गवर्नमेंट की
तो
कोई
सरकार
जिम्मेदारी
को
नहीं है।
सरकार ने तो बता दिया है, the government has put out the details. It's you people who have a problem with the details.
उस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन का जो फेलियर था, गवर्नमेंट को उस पर कोई पछतावा है?
Okay.
या गवर्नमेंट ये कहती रहेगी
So
कि
let
red
us
flag लोग आए
play
और-
our politics. We will be loyal to our politics, not
sorry
to the
to say,
so-called victims.
ये
We will
red
abandon the
flag
victims,
वाले के-
but we will
ये
keep
लोगों
playing our
को
politics.
जिम्मेदारी
People like Jaya
नहीं
Bachchan
है।
will irresponsibly come out and make all sorts of statements.
And government is very responsible.
Okay.
She
Now
is
let me bring in Mr.
responsible and
Mitra on
government
this
is
point.
very responsible.
Political point. Ishkaran Bhandari and Mr. Mitra will respond one after the other. Yes. Mr. Mitra, quick response to Ms. Sumaya.
I don't even know how to respond. What do you mean the government has already taken the action it has to? It's
What
ordered
action
the inquiry,
government
which
has
is what
taken?
you do.
Okay.
It has ordered the compensation, which is what you do. Now, what are they going to do? They're going to set up detective teams to find out who all died and to get their next of kin around. Is it?
Ishkaran Bhandari, quick one. I need to move on. Yes.
Rahul, mostly one needs to speak on law. Today I need to speak on common sense. If you do not agree with the administrative decision or a government decision, it is incumbent on you to challenge it. That's the law of the land, and that's also the common sense.
Yeah. Well, viewers, common sense has been absolutely shunted out because political sense
Of the
has to
government.
dominate.
Common
Political
sense of the
sense
government.
has to dominate tonight, viewers, and that's it for them. Shoot, scoot, that's it.